Here's more wrestling news for September 2nd, 2021. And your headlines for this afternoon include: Ric Flair reveals what he told Vince McMahon before his WWE release, AEW wrestler returns during AEW Dark tapings before Dynamite, Braun Strowman wrestling his former WWE colleague on pay-per-view in his first post-WWE match, Rush in serious condition after emergency surgery, Matt Cardona talks AEW not offering him a full-time contract, Sami Zayn says he can't discuss WWE absence due to legal reasons, Daffney Unger concerns pro wrestling community after Distraught livestream, and more. We are starting today with Ric Flair, who was released from his WWE contract in August after making it clear he wanted out of the company. Since then, Flair has been open about the circumstances behind his departure, as he didn't agree with the booking of him and his daughter Charlotte and believed the company was too careful with him, even claiming they didn't want him walking upstairs in case he hurt himself. Now, Flair has spoke about how Vince McMahon took his departure, as on Renee Paquette's Oral Sessions, the Nature Boy revealed his last talk with the chairman. "I talked to Vince after it was all over and I said, whatever paths our lives take us, we're always going to be brothers. He said, you're damn right. Ashley, Charlotte, would never leave there. She's the happiest she's ever been. Obviously, they're not mad at me." Flair also said on the podcast that he wants to make a living for himself without being on the wrestling payroll, and that was a major factor in him wanting out of WWE. It's been reported that Flair will join AEW soon enough, but that may not be the case if he wants to be his own man out of the industry, and wherever he goes next, WWE and the chairman have no heat with the two-time Hall of Famer. Over to AEW next, as last month, Max Caster's rap got him in serious hot water, as he mocked mental health issues and the Duke University lacrosse scandal. Caster's performance on the August 3rd Dark led to Tony Khan saying he'll personally be editing all future shows, and it was believed that Caster was done with AEW, especially after he was found selling his gear on eBay. That isn't the case, as Caster returned during the AEW Dark tapings prior to Dynamite this week and helped his acclaimed partner Anthony Bowens defeat Griff Garrison. Caster is booked for a concert this week in Chicago, but he's also back to work with AEW as well, and we expect he'll be a bit more careful with what he says during future performances in the company. Earlier this year, WWE decided to release Braun Strowman as they didn't want to keep paying his lucrative contract. This week, Strowman's non-compete clause expired, meaning he's free to work anywhere, and it didn't take the former Universal Champion long to confirm his first match. On social media, it was confirmed that Strowman will be facing EC3 at Free the Narrative 2, The Monster in Us All, which will release on October 1st at midnight and can be pre-ordered on Vimeo for $10. Described by EC3 as a blend of wrestling, cinema, and harsh reality, it's expected that their match will be a cinematic bout when the two collide. October could be a huge month for Braun, who's expected to debut as Titan in Impact Wrestling at their Bound for Glory pay-per-view on October 23rd, but he'll have to go through EC3 at FTN2 first. Back to WWE, and at SummerSlam, Becky Lynch returned to capture the SmackDown Women's Championship, looking better than ever. On Instagram this week, The Man posted a selfie of her terrific physique and thanked her trainers for taking her fitness to the next level. After returning, it's been reported that WWE plans on Lynch being a heel, which explains her abrupt title win at SummerSlam, and she'll be using her muscles when she eventually defends against Bianca Belair, presumably at Extreme Rules later this month. We've got worrying news from Ring of Honor next, as Rush has had to undergo emergency surgery in Mexico. On Tuesday, Rush went under the knife, and his condition was said to be serious, and in a tweet from his account, his wife Martha promised more details on the state of his health in a press conference later today. What we do know is that Rush will be out of action for months, according to Ring of Honor themselves, who also confirmed that his knee injury happened during an August 21st tag match, which pitted him and Dragon Lee against ROH World Champion Bandito and Ray Horus. Rush was supposed to be in six-man tag action at September 12th's Death Before Dishonor event, but that isn't the case anymore, as he'll be out of action for the rest of the year. A two-time former ROH World Champion, Rush is one of the biggest names in the company, but he'll now be out for a long time as he recovers from this unfortunate injury. In April 2020, Matt Cardona was cut from WWE, bringing his lengthy tenure with the company to an end, and he's done very well since being released. Not only is he the GCW World Champion, but Cardona has also appeared in Impact and had a brief time in AEW, but was never signed to a contract. Speaking on Talk is Jericho, the former Zack Ryder explained why he didn't become a permanent fixture of All Elite Wrestling, saying, "At AEW, it just didn't work out at the time. There's so many people there, and there just wasn't anything for me at the time, and no hard feelings. Not to say I'll never be there again, because I would love to be. There's no doubt that AEW is the place to be. It's the talk of the wrestling business every single week. It's great, but timing's everything, and it wasn't the right time." Not long after his AEW debut, it was reported that he was on a short-term appearance deal with the company, and in the interview, Cardona explained how he thought something big would come out of it. "I want to say it was a 3-show appearance. I ended up doing 4. Honestly, I was under the impression that a contract would be coming. It didn't come, and it is what it is. You have to move on. You can't sit around and wait. You can't cry about it. You just bust your ass and move on to the next one." After going unused in WWE for years, Cardona wasn't going to wait around for AEW to eventually decide whether to give him a contract or not. And going by his success, including his current reign as GCW World Champion, the ex-Broski made the best decision by taking matters into his own hands. Over to SmackDown next, and last week, Sami Zayn returned to the Blue Brand over a month after his last match on the July 23rd show, where he lost to Finn Balor. After his return, Zayn spoke with the panel of The Bump, and when asked, said he couldn't explain his absence due to certain legal reasons. The former Intercontinental Champion did suggest that his absence was due to the conspiracy he believes is against him, saying he was hard at work, but that he has to be careful with his choice of words. After defeating Dominic Mysterio, Zayn said he'd love to mix it up with Dominic's father Ray, but for now, the Great Liberator is keeping hush-hush about what exactly cost him a month of SmackDown TV. We've got some concerning news regarding Daffney Unger, who's best known for her stints in WCW and TNA. On a live stream, Daffney seemed incredibly distraught as she cried and spoke about taking her own life, and this has led to an outpouring of support by those in the wrestling community. Mick Foley pleaded with anyone who can help reach Daffney, adding that his phone call went straight to voicemail, and former WCW star Crowbar shared a similar sentiment, asking anyone who knows her address to call the local authorities for her protection. In an update from Sean Ross Sapp, it was reported that emergency services have contacted her family and have her current address and have been dispatched to her most recent location. Hopefully, Daffney will be able to get whatever help she needs, as there's plenty of people who are supporting her right now, and we're sending our best to her at this difficult time. And we're ending today with Buddy Matthews, who's ditching his old WWE name Buddy Murphy in a major way. On Instagram, the former Cruiserweight Champion announced that he was selling his old ring gear from Friday Night SmackDown, and it won't come cheap, with a reserve set at $1,200. This week, Buddy's non-compete clause expired, and it's been reported that he'll be joining Impact Wrestling soon enough. But if so, he'll be joining with completely fresh ring attire after ditching the Buddy Murphy name. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.